I'd like to welcome everybody to the biannual 2021 Halifax Urban Design Awards, and I'd really like to thank you for joining us here this evening. My name is Eric Lusick. I'm the Director of Regional Planning with Planning and Development at Halifax Regional Municipality. I'm going to be attempting to keep us on time for this evening, as we have a number of fantastic projects to showcase and a number of awards to bestow. So before we begin today's meeting, we would like to acknowledge that we are on Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and traditional lands of the Mi'kmaq Nation's people. The municipality acknowledges the peace and friendship treaties signed in this territory and recognizes that we are all treaty people. We'd also like to affirm that we are in the decade for people of African descent. Tonight's session will run approximately 90 minutes. I will ask all guests to keep their microphones muted and your cameras off until you are called on. If you're joining us as a member of the public and would like to send some love or words of appreciation to our award winners, the chat option is available. If you need to step away at any time during the ceremony, please keep your microphones muted and your cameras off. With the procedure set, I would now like to introduce you to Mayor Savage to deliver some opening remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eric. Am I off mute? Can you hear me okay? All right. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for the land acknowledgement. We are indeed in Mi'kma'ki, the land known as, this part of the land was known as Jabuktuk, the Great Harbor. And we are also the home of the newly named Peace and Friendship Park, of which I'm very proud. So I am happy to be with you tonight to celebrate our great city and to be part of this second biennial Halifax Urban Design Awards. I think, I'm the mayor, but even if I wasn't, I still think Halifax is a great city, recognized for its beauty, its growing population, its innovative business sector, and the overall quality of life. Indeed, earlier this year, Maclean's magazine identified Halifax as, tied with Charlottetown, by the way, as the best cities in Canada to live and work in post-COVID. This past year and a bit has led many of us to gain a new appreciation for the place that we do call home. We have newfound appreciation for our surroundings, our parks and open spaces, the details of our neighborhoods, the small sights that we take in on our walks and on our bike rides. Similarly, we have come to keenly miss some of the places and activities that we took for granted, maybe even a workplace, a favorite pub, a restaurant, or an event venue. As we emerge from COVID, this evening marks a welcome opportunity to celebrate and recognize good urban design. High-quality designs elevate life in our city and community and reminds us that we are building a municipality for the human experience. Whether it's new housing, restored heritage buildings, new streetscapes and gardens, we delight in the ongoing change and beautification of our communities. Urban design is about beautiful buildings, without question, but it is also a statement about the kind of place that we want to be. A city that is forward-looking, sustainable, inclusive, and believes in possibility. I want to thank all of the individuals, organizations, and firms who submitted applications to the Urban Design Program. And I really want to congratulate the award winners. When I look at this list, every one of these places really makes me smile and represents something about our community. Thank you for your dedication to making great places for people, for making our city more vibrant, inclusive, and interesting. You know, we're a growing city, and with growth come challenges, but also opportunities. And that's what we celebrate tonight. I also want to thank our renowned jurors, thank you, who have generously contributed their time and expertise to our program and for providing valuable insight into what is great about how Halifax is growing and also about those things we can do better. Again, congratulations. I'm delighted to be with you tonight. I wish you the very best. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Walaliuk.
Thank you, Mayor Savage, for the fantastic remarks and for joining us here this evening. I'm not sure if there's any other councillors on the line, but if there are, maybe we can acknowledge them when they pop in. We are pleased here tonight to continue these Urban Design Awards. So This is a successful relaunch of the program that began in 2018. Since that time, we've seen remarkable growth, but the growth in our region is supported and guided by the regional plan and strategic projects such as Center Plan and the Integrated Mobility Plan. Halifax is one of the fastest growing municipalities in Canada, and with that growth, we are proud to see so many great urban design projects that have recently been completed or are currently under construction. So I look forward to this awards going forward for many years from now. We are pleased to see an increased number of submissions this year, especially given that of the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the new pressures that has brought, and I hope that this recognition can help encourage ongoing excellence in urban design. We're also excited to introduce 3 new award categories. This year, they include Heritage Restoration, Heritage Adaptive Reuse, and Student Projects. Thank you all for joining us for this virtual format to celebrate urban design excellence. We'll begin by introducing our jurors. Then we'll outline the education process, talk about our trophy design, and finally, we'll give away our trophies themselves. Tonight, we'll present 12 awards in 7 categories. An important aspect of the Urban Design Awards and the education process is an independent panel of jurors, as the award program is modeled on the National Urban Design Awards, which were established by the Royal Architectural Institute of Canada, the Canadian Institute of Planners, and the Canadian Society of Landscape Architects in 2006. I'm pleased to introduce our 3 distinguished jurors, Anne McElroy, Antonio Gomez-Palacio, and Josely Macedo. I would like to acknowledge their commitment to our awards program and the great urban design in our city. Our jurors will present the awards to each winner tonight, but I'd first like to introduce each of them and give them an opportunity to say a few words. The first opportunity to introduce Antonio Gomez-Palacio. So he's our first juror, and he's joined us this year. This is his 2nd time as an urban design panelist. He is a partner at the firm Dialogue in Toronto. His professional experience and research focuses on the intersection of architecture, planning, and urban design. He is internationally recognized for transforming cities into vibrant urban places which respond to their social, economic, and environmental context. Antonio has worked on a wide range of projects focused on urban intensification, master planning, mixed use, transit, heritage, economic development, and sustainability, as facilitated through participatory processes. In addition to making a difference in communities through his professional practice, Antonio has acted as chair of the Toronto Society of Architects and Vaughan's Design Review Panel, and is involved with a number of industry initiatives and organizations, including the Canadian Institute of Planners, the Royal Architectural Institute of Canada, and the Canadian Urban Transit Association. Antonio is a founding partner of Dialogue and formerly of the Office of Urbanism. In 2018, he was named the RAIC College of Fellows in recognition of his outstanding contributions to the design community. So, assuming Antonio's not on, I will jump to the introduction for the next juror. So, our second juror is Anne McElroy, and she's also being welcomed back to the awards. Anne is a principal at the firm Brooke McElroy in Toronto. Anne has over 30 years of experience as an urban designer and project manager for urban design projects in Canada and the United States. Anne has particular expertise with sustainable university, waterfront, and community master plans and urban design guidelines. Anne is the vice chair of the National Capital Commission Advisory Committee on Planning, Design, and Realty, 2014 to present, and chair of the Toronto Community and Housing Design Review Panel, 2012 to present. Anne is a recognized expert in public consultation and serves as a juror for urban design award programs throughout Canada and the United States. He speaks regularly as a sessional lecturer for universities on topics of sustainable community design. Please join me in welcoming Anne. And I'm going to jump on to our third juror as well, and maybe at the end of that, we'll have some of the members present. Our third juror is new to the awards this year and is Dr. Josely Macedo. Josely is a professor in the School of Planning and former dean of faculty in architecture and planning at Dalhousie University. Prior to joining Dalhousie, she was head of the School of Design and Built Environment at Curtin University in Perth, Australia. At the University of Florida, the United States, Josely served as chair of the Department of Urban and Regional Planning. She's the director of the Center for International Design and Planning, an affiliate faculty of the Center for Latin American Studies and the School of Natural Resources and the Environment. A Fulbright Nehru Scholar, Joseli has taught and conducted research in the Americas, India, and Australia in the areas of sustainability, sustainable cities, urban design, and international development planning for over 25 years. Joseli is the author of several articles and book chapters on land policy and tenure, housing policy, city design, and urban form, urban planning history, as well as pedagogy. Joseli has also served as a consultant to the World Bank in the United States and to the Gaia Consortium in Brazil. Deanna, maybe I can ask if any of our jurors are now online.
We have two of our jurors by phone. They were not able to come in with video, but we do have them by phone. I believe one of them is Joseli, and I'm not sure about the other number. It's a 647 number. So I would ask the juror, what I believe with the 902 number, which is Joseli, if you could unmute yourself, please. I think you need to press *5 to unmute yourself. Oh, *6. Oh, there you go. You're in. I can hear you.
Oh, good.
Lovely. Welcome.
Can you hear me? This is Antonio.
Antonio, I can hear you. Lovely.
Yes, Antonio. Hi. Yeah.
No.
So apologies for the glitch. I'm not sure what happened, but we're happy to have you here. The disembodied voice anyway, we've got you online. So thank you so very much for joining us that way.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Okay, Eric, I guess we're ready to proceed. We'll hope that Anne can join us the same way, and we'll let you know when that happens.
All right. Would either of the juries like to make any remarks themselves at this time?
Well, I can jump in, and it's unfortunate that we weren't able to join with the video, because I actually put a bow tie on, thinking, this is a very exciting moment. We should be celebrating. I truly want to commend Halifax for hosting an Urban Design Awards. It's a great thing for the city. It surely spurs interest in the quality of public realm and the quality of the city itself, and the quality of the submissions is a true testament of the excitement that this has generated. So for us as jurors, it was nice to see the number of submissions, and certainly kind of the thought process that had went into them. And over the course of the rest of the evening, I'm sure we will be looking at many of them.
Thank you, Antonio. Joseli, did you have anything you wanted to add?
I'll just second Antonio's words. It's unfortunate that the technology didn't cooperate with us. It was not for lack of preparation, because we had dress rehearsals and we made sure all the links were working and everything was working. But hopefully we'll have a great ceremony and give awards to these people that make Halifax proud.
Thank you, Joseli.
And Eric, I think we have Anne on the line now too. I see another number, a 416 number, so I think that's probably her. And if you want to unmute, you press *6 and you can say a few words as well.
Hello, can you hear me? It's Anne McElroy.
Sure can, Anne. Welcome. Thank you. Sorry for all the trouble. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, and I'm happy to add comments if it's appropriate.
Please feel free.
Well, I want to say it's a pleasure working with Brandon and his team and the jury on a particularly compelling Urban Design Awards this year. This is one of the most interesting and challenging years to conduct an awards program, as we've all adjusted to the way we work and communicate. Without being able to travel to Halifax and see the projects, it was never more important that submissions communicated their intention and quality well. The jury reviewed a wonderful set of projects, from a joyful bridge, uplifting outdoor spaces and gardens, bright interiors, heritage restoration, and housing reflective of the contemporary family living in the city. In each project, we look for design excellence, creativity, and a human element. A trophy design is as compelling in the hand as a new building is in the fabric of the city. Halifax is as rich a place to live as any city, nationally and internationally. Its history and place in Canada has long attracted newcomers who value Halifax beauty and community, its heritage, working waterfront, and unique topography. The projects honored this evening are evidence that Halifax is an exemplary contemporary city, a city that continues to flex and welcome change to accommodate individuals and families at all stages of life in the organic way that healthy cities grow. In knowing its roots and strengths, Halifax will continue to become a great Canadian city that the world is watching with interest. Thank you for the privilege of serving on this year's jury.
Thank you, Anne. I'm now going to jump into the education process, just for those that are following so they can understand. So the Halifax Urban Design Awards, they closely follow the National Urban Design Awards, with the exception of the Heritage Awards that are being given out tonight. Once our call for submissions closed, municipal staff confirmed that the projects met the necessary criteria and were submitted in the correct category. Our jury then took the time to evaluate all of the projects in detail before meeting to discuss and debate the merits of all of the projects, and eventually come to a consensus on the award winners. Normally, our jury would have had the chance to visit Halifax and experience each site in person, as Anne mentioned. We thank them for their adaptability and dedication in a virtual format. The virtual format did allow for more detailed discussions about our projects. So jumping onto the awards and the trophy itself, and Anne touched a little on this as well. Our trophies were designed in a student competition during our last awards. The winning design was by Murals, representing 5 important locations in our city. If you look closely, you might be able to pick out the Hydrostone or downtown Halifax and other locations on the different awards. Stan was a NASCAD student when he won this competition to design our trophy and is now a designer based in Toronto. We thank him for his important contribution. So one of the things that I'm going to jump into is the difference between our awards of excellence and our awards of merit. Finally, I'd like to briefly describe the 2 types of awards we're presenting. So the Award of Excellence is our top honor. These projects have been chosen by our jury to represent the top of their category. Recipients of the Award of Excellence will receive a trophy from the project team. Award of Excellence winners will also have their submission fee waived should they wish to participate in the National Urban Design Awards presented by the Royal Architecture Institute of Canada. The call for submissions for the National Urban Design Awards is expected in August of this year. Interested projects will need to meet eligibility criteria set for the national program. We are also pleased to present awards of merit tonight for projects that our jury felt deserved honorable mention. These teams will receive certificates to recognize the important contribution the project and team have made to promote excellent urban design in the region. So I'd like to introduce the civic design category. We'll begin by presenting the awards, and I'll introduce each category and then hand it to our jurors to present the awards. Once the jury has announced the winner, we'll pause for a moment should the award winner wish to unmute and say a few words about their project and thank their team. Our first category of the evening, as I mentioned already, is civic design projects. The category is for civic improvement projects such as parks, public space, civil engineering or environmental infrastructure, streetscape design, etc., which have been implemented as a result of a larger urban design plan or initiative. I will turn it over to Antonio to present an award of merit and award of excellence in this category.
Thank you very much. So the award of merit for civic design goes to, some rolling drums here, please, to Keshen Goodman Outdoor Library. The lead firm is Outside Landscape Architects, and the client is the Halifax Public Libraries. This project really serves as a complement to the library experience. The importance of creating place outside of the library is one of the things that was highlighted by all of the jurors. Visiting the library includes both an exterior space, and the simple intervention serves the function well. The space is wonderful for families and patrons that may want to break out from the quiet interior of the library to experience the outdoors. The simplicity of the community-oriented nature of this project is another one of those things that we highlighted. It represents a positive shift in how we experience libraries today, from coffee shops, innovative learning spaces, and expansions further into the public realm. This project does successfully emphasize the role of libraries today in a contemporary way as it pushes into the outdoors. No longer are libraries solely kind of lenders of books. Another highlight of this project is a testament to not needing a big budget in order to make spaces enjoyable and accessible to the community, and a big contribution to Halifax and the larger public realm. So congratulations.
Yay. So joining us tonight from Outside Landscape Architects is Sue Sears, Principal Landscape Architect. Sue, if you'd like to unmute now, you have that minute to say a few words about your project and thank your team.
Thank you so much. Outside is honored to create this playful, lovable outdoor space that really extends library capacity and gives Haligonians another reason to love their local library. It also is wonderful to get recognition for the design work and bring attention to the importance of civic space outside building walls. Nothing, as you can imagine, makes a landscape architect happier than jackhammering out concrete and putting in big oak trees, bright blue hammocks, colorful chairs, outdoor seating, corrals for small children, for kids, and play stages at the back, and of course Jerome the gnome. We have worked with an amazing crew at the library. I cannot say enough about the role that they have played. Amazing. The librarians have animated this space. A shout out to their creativity. So the combination of the librarians and the people that are visiting this space really extending that idea of civic space into the public realm. A wonderful tribute. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. And you know what? You were only 6 minutes or 6 seconds over your minute, so you did very, very well. Antonio, please go ahead with the next award.
Thank you. So the award of excellence for civic design goes to the Halifax Waterfront Seabridge. The lead firm is Develop Nova Scotia. Beyond its utility as a bridge, the simplicity and economy of means is a great expression, and it brings a lot of joy to the waterfront. This important and dynamic infrastructure presents an opportunity for members of the public to get out and experience the water. This project is a demonstration of how a seemingly small intervention can have a big impact to a much larger context, in this case, the whole waterfront. It's a small gesture which has an important role in sustaining the waterway, pathway, and overall public experience. As a jury, we see the Seabridge as an attraction in of itself. It is something that people would come to the waterfront to experience and be part of. In many ways, it's an intimate version of the High Line in New York. You might come with your family to experience being out on the water, which normally you couldn't do as a simple bridge intervention. So again, congratulations.
Excellent. Joining us tonight from Develop Nova Scotia is Jennifer Angel, President and CEO. Jennifer, please go ahead and unmute yourself now if you'd like to say a few words about your project and thank your team.
Yeah, thank you so much. We're really thrilled to be recognized, and we're at least as excited by all of the other cool projects that are being recognized tonight, and those that aren't, that are popping up around our city and province. There's a real sort of palpable momentum, and we're excited to be part of it. We believe that thoughtful, people-centered places can turn infrastructure from functional to functional and regenerative and inspiring, and it has inherently a power to bring people together. When we set out to work on this project, we didn't know how to build a Seabridge. It started as a line on a piece of paper. And I do want to acknowledge Adam Langley on my team, who had the challenging task of figuring out, with the help of many other smart folks, how to turn that line into something safe and operational. And now, if you look for the Seabridge, you'll find it's been deconstructed and repurposed across the waterfront to welcome boats and people at the water's edge. To the team at Develop Nova Scotia, who bring big ideas and commitment to deliver them every day, and community who are engaging with us in increasing numbers from every corner, thank you. Thanks to HRM, Congrats to the other winners. Your contribution makes this place better.
Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. Please go ahead, Eric, with the next category.
Just wanted to add my congratulations to our civic design winners as well. So our next category is the Community Connections and Initiatives category. This category is for any built project, however modest, initiated and implemented by a community-based organization that enhances the public realm in the Halifax Regional Municipality. Examples include, but are not limited to, street improvement plans, public art, commemorative or interpretive installations, and environmental initiatives. I would like to invite Anne McElroy to present the Award of Merit and Award of Excellence in the Community Connections and Initiatives category.
Thank you, Eric. The Award of Merit for Community Connections and Initiatives is awarded to the Daffodil Gardens for Cancer Survivors. Lead firm Outside Landscape Architects, client Halifax Regional Municipality. This wonderful project started with the engagement of families. It's a very well-rounded initiative, from placemaking to the design of furniture to the groundbreaking event and the messaging. The project is tied together well with a clear plan. The graphic nature of the project is notable, with the choice to use yellow as a featured color. The project develops and creates a visual language that is recognizable and can build wide community awareness. The choice of the daffodil is also notable as a symbol of the cause, but also as a perennial flower that signals healing and returning each spring. Congratulations.
Awesome. Joining us again from Outside Landscape Architects is Sue Sears, Principal Landscape Architect. Sue, please go ahead and unmute now if you'd like to say a few words about this lovely project and thank your team.
Thank you so much for this second award. My mom has this wonderful phrase. She says, we all play our part in the middle, and this project is so much that case. We Outside played the role in the middle. You cannot talk about the Daffodil Garden for Cancer Survivors without talking about Judy and Jim Edgar. Taking a vision to the city about wanting this kind of space and speaking with every single municipal councillor and everybody along the way. Hundreds of volunteers have been a part of this project. I want to shout out to Jamie Clark on my team for his wonderful furniture design, the origami metal benches with the inspirational quotes, bright yellow, so you'll see them all year long. This is the first garden for cancer survivors in Atlantic Canada, and there are many people to thank. But most of all, I want to shout out to the volunteers who planted over 8,000 daffodils at this site. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. And please go ahead with the next award in this category.
The Award of Excellence for Community Connections and Initiatives is awarded to the Words Mural Project. Lead firm, Fathom Studio, client, Downtown Dartmouth Business Commission. In a word impact, these small gestures are highly effective and provide an incredibly uplifting break. The impact of these installations provide clean and simple messaging. They are low budget installations that don't require large physical space. The language of the murals is actively humane. Instead of murals having a reputation as sales or marketing devices, this project is aspirational. It's truly about people. In addition to the choice of words and actual messages, there's demonstrated skill in pairing message with location and how those contribute to the space around them. Considering viewscapes, view terminus, and their surrounding, there's a sensitivity to the recognition of the surrounding environment. We felt these murals also speak collectively in the city. The words add up to the sum of parts and language about the whole city as you move through it. It's a true poetry of place. Congratulations. These small gestures are highly effective and provide an incredibly uplifting break.
Now, I think we're witnessing the delay that happens here with the actual presentation with the phone and the presentation, so we could hear a little bit of reverberation there. But so joining us today from Fathom Studio is Mr. Margot Durling, creative director, as well as Nicholas Robbins and Devin Siegel. Mr. Margot, you'll need to press *6 to unmute your phone if you'd like to say a few words now about your project and thank your team.
Hello?
Hello, there you go. *6 should allow you to speak.
Hello?
Hello, there you go.
I'm here.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for those kind words. What a lovely description you did there. I'm also very sad that we couldn't join via video tonight, but I do assure you that I'm very handsome, and also I'm wearing a very nice shirt. I am so delighted to see how this simple gesture of love has continued to resonate with our community. The project began last year, actually on the brink of the pandemic, when Zoom calls were already becoming a bummer. And rather than meeting on screen, we actually had our kickoff on picnic blankets in my backyard in the City of Lakes in Dartmouth. And so began our commitment in dreaming up something to make people smile and connect the community, bring foot traffic to local businesses. So I have to thank a number of people. This was a community effort, to Downtown Dartmouth, obviously, for being such fierce advocates of public art and placemaking, to Bruno Builders, who at the 11th hour provided us with helping hands, safety gear, coffee, and very cute doggy visits. Mr. Darren Piper, aka Ghetto Socks, who was our mural expert on site. To Eye Candy for always being up for a challenge, James McLean for capturing the magic with your photography, and of course to all the local businesses who offered their valuable storefronts and walls in a collective effort to cheer up the neighborhood. And of course to my colleagues at Fathom Studio, who all care so deeply about making the world a better place. And to everyone on the call today, congratulations, be kind, take care, keep your head up, not off, and T-shirts are still available at Downtown Dartmouth in mid-July, and a big shout out and hello to my mom and dad who are also listening in.
Awesome, thank you very much. And I wish we could all be on the video as well. No question about that. We'd love to see your shirt. Eric, please go ahead with the next category.
Sadly, I have no bow tie and not an attractive shirt, so I feel bad myself. Our next category, and thanks, congratulations to the winners as well. Our next category is urban fragments. This category is for single small-scale pieces of a building or a landscape that contribute significantly to the quality of the public realm in Halifax Regional Municipality. The category includes small and modest elements such as street furniture, lighting elements, interpretation media, memorials, public art, or other forms of intervention that contribute to the beautification, sustainability, enjoyment, and appreciation of the urban environment. Projects can be of a temporary but not ephemeral or permanent in nature. I will turn it over to Joe Thele to present an award of excellence in the urban fragments category.
Jocelyn, just press *6 if you want to unmute yourself.
Hello, everyone. The Award of Excellence for Urban Fragments goes to the Alderney Pedway project. The lead firm on this project was Abbott Brown Architects, and the client was Halifax Regional Municipality. Although this is an interior space, it's a significant element in the public realm that connects important destinations within downtown Dartmouth. This intervention celebrates the experience of wanting to make an ordinary journey an extraordinary experience. The project offers opportunities for the public to pause and linger in the space. The choice of wood as a prominent material in a lattice format is a pleasant surprise in a pedway. In this type of space, you would expect heavy bridge-like pieces, but the wood brings elements of warmth and comfort. Between the wood and blue transparent elements, there's a lot of play with the natural light, offering a unique experience at different times of day. Congratulations, Abbott Brown Architects.
Hello, joining us tonight from Abbott Brown Architects is partner Alec Brown. Alec, please unmute now if you'd like to say a few words about your project and thank your team. And to do that, you'll need to press *6. Okay, it may be that Alec has not been able to join us by phone, and I apologize for that because I know I was in touch with him today and he was very keen to say a few words. So we'll give him another second. Alec, if you're there, if you can press *6 to unmute yourself. Nope, I don't think so, Eric. So I think we'll go ahead to the next category.
All right, thanks, Deanna. Congratulations. I'll pass that along. Our next category for the evening is the Heritage Restoration category. It's a category for heritage restoration projects in which an important heritage resource or group of heritage resources have been carefully and expertly returned to their original beauty and quality, and it could be interior or exterior, while contributing to the successful urban design of the community. A heritage resource can include, but is not limited to, buildings or urban elements located within HRM. I will turn it over to Antonio to present an award of excellence for heritage restoration.
Antonio, it looks like you're unmuted. Are you having trouble?
Can you hear me okay now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Perfect. Off you go.
Okay. So the Award of Excellence for Heritage Restoration is awarded to the James Power Cottage. The lead firm, DSRA Architecture, and the client, Halifax Regional Municipality. So restoration is about truly understanding the character and the history of place. And this project achieves that with a serious attention to the craftsmanship, with detail and original design. The work completed is impressive in its execution on every level. There's a real focus not just on the design elements, but also on the manufacturing process and skills needed for restoration and conservation. In addition to commending the skills of restoration, we further acknowledge that this building, because of its location, has a strong public presence. Its new use, the Powerhouse Youth Center, serves as a place for youth to gather, learn, connect with others. And this is also where the Halifax Regional Council's Municipal Youth Advisory Committee meets. This allows the public to enjoy its interiors as well as exterior. So on behalf of the jury, congratulations. Further acknowledge that
unfortunately, Graham is not able to, Graham Duffus with DSRA Architecture is unable to join us tonight, so.
I actually am on a cell phone. I don't know if you can hear me, but there's a lot of background noise.
Okay, excellent. I didn't think you were going to be here, so please go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to have problems with you being able to hear me, and there's overlap with my computer. Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank everybody involved. We enjoyed very much working on the Power Cottage, both the interior and exterior. And it was also pleasant for us to work with Kevin Rideout and Kelly McIver with the HRM. We had a wonderful relationship. And I would like to thank also the people who were involved with the construction. The masons and the woodworkers and the metal workers who did a wonderful job on the building. And thank you to David, my right-hand man, and thank you everybody else. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Graham. I'm glad you were able to join us, which we're making the technology work for ourselves tonight as best we can. So I really appreciate you being able to call in. That's fantastic. So Eric, I think we're ready to go on to the next category now.
All right, thank you. Thank you, and congratulations, Graham. Heritage adaptive reuse is another new category for us. The category is for heritage adaptive reuse projects where a heritage resource has been thoughtfully and expertly adapted for a new use while maintaining the integrity and important character elements of the resource. Heritage resources include, but are not limited to, buildings or urban elements located within HRM. I will turn it over to Anne to present the Award of Excellence in this category.
Thank you. The Award of Excellence for Heritage Adaptive Reuse goes to the City Hall new Clerk's offices. Lead firm, Abbott Brown Architects. Client, Halifax Regional Municipality. This is a clear demonstration of harmonious and sympathetic conservation and contemporary design. The contemporary design is distinct from the heritage and respects the character of the space. In the space, you experience details from the past right next to modern elements as they're woven together. While this space is an interior space, as a jury, we feel there is merit from an urban design perspective to acknowledge civic interior spaces that are accessible to the public realm. Congratulations.
Awesome. Now I know that we didn't have Alec last time from Abbott Brown Architects, but I think we may have Jane on the phone. Jane, if you're able to unmute, you need to press *6 if you'd like to say a few words about your project and your team. Jane, are you there?
I think I'm here.
You are indeed there. Thank you for your perseverance. Please feel free to say a few words. Thank you so much.
Do I get 2 minutes to say something for the Pedway as well?
Yes, you know what? That's an excellent idea. You absolutely can do that. I'm going to set the timer now.
Great. Well, strangely, it's actually the same team. It's HRM and Avondale Construction that worked on both projects, and pretty awesome team. I have to thank HRM really for being quite visionary behind both projects and having a great amount of trust in us as the architects, kind of really stepping out a little bit into the unknown, both for the Pedway, which was really just a kind of reclamation of sort of neglected urban space. And thank you to Josalie for those words. I think she kind of captured it perfectly. So so many thanks to HRM, to John McPherson and Sean of London for kind of guiding the process and having full trust. And City Hall in the same way was a bit of a departure from us. We're not usually a heritage sort of firm, but we believe in that kind of moving things forward and that kind of great friction that comes between juxtaposing old things with new things. And I think it was really successful for City Hall. And we super hope that when COVID finally leaves us, that both spaces will be animated again and the public can gather and kind of celebrate. So thanks so much to all you who have put together this award ceremony. I think it's incredibly important to prioritize good design in our city. So thank you. And I hope that wasn't over 2 minutes.
No, in fact, you still have 30 seconds left if you'd like. You're all good. That was very succinct and quick.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jane, for joining us tonight. Eric, we're ready to go on to the next category.
Thanks, Deanna, and congratulations, Jane. So we're also excited this year to introduce a student projects category. Our local institutions offer many programs and turn out great students in many urban design related fields. And it can be from architecture, design and planning to engineering and interior design. This category includes urban design projects from individual students or groups of students enrolled in a university located within the Halifax Regional Municipality. Projects must address the local context. I will turn it over to Josalie to now present an Award of Excellence in our student category.
The Award of Excellence for Student Projects goes to Christina Jihi Chen, a Master of Design student at NASCAD, with her project Urban Microregeneration, Rebuilding Relationships in Community, a regeneration of public transit waiting areas to improve interactivity in downtown Halifax. We commend the thought process in this project, as well as the rigorous research involved. There is a buildup of a strong narrative and spirit of the initiative throughout the project. We also commend the good intent behind this project. The layout and presentation of the project and document are clean and crisp. We appreciate the effort to include hand sketches, which bring the pages alive. The project shows an intent of exploration. The jury is excited by the innovation in student projects and believes that Halifax has an incredible student body. We hope to see more and more entries at our next awards. Congratulations, Christina.
We are pleased to welcome Christina Jihi Chen, Master of Design student at the Nova Scotia College of Art and Design. Jihi, you can unmute your phone if you'd like to join us to say a few words about your project. You need to press *6 to unmute your phone.
Hi, can you hear me? Hello?
We sure can. Thank you so much. Please feel free to go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I want to show my thanks to my two professors, Rudy Meyer and Michael LeBlanc from NASCAD University. They supported me a lot during this research design project. And the thing I also want to share is my intent behind this project. Instead of the redevelopment of public transit waiting area as the design outcome, the design concept of engaging urban micro-regeneration in urban community environment as a design strategy to improve citizens' interactivity is exactly what I want to deliver through this project. I've lived in Halifax for almost 4 years. I love this city more than I thought. Here, I can see designers and planners, they did a lot on activating our city living environments and to make Halifax more and more sustainable and livable. And I expect to witness its development and looking forward to making more contributions as an urban designer in the very soon future. And last, thanks to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Jihi. A very, very nice looking project for sure. Eric, please go ahead with the next category.
All right, thank you. Congratulations, Jihi. Our final category is urban architecture. This was our most competitive category and received the most submissions. We are pleased there are so many exciting projects contribute to great urban design in our communities. This category is for a building or a group of buildings of high architectural standards which achieve urban design excellence through its relationship with its immediate surroundings because of its site, massing, and pedestrian amenities. The building will also contribute to defining a special relationship with the neighboring urban fabric. Special consideration was given to buildings that also achieve or are capable of achieving a green building rating. The category is open only to registered architects and a license number of proof of registration is required. In this category, we have awarded 2 awards of merit and 2 awards of excellence, which will be presented by all 3 jurors. I will turn it over to Antonio first.
Thank you very much. So the first award of merit for architecture goes to Tell Lofts, the lead firm, Abbott Brown Architects, the client, Bruno Builders, Inc. We appreciate the combination of preservation with the new parts of this development. The new center form has a commanding presence on the city skyline, but also serves the building well to help it tie fragmented facades together in a strong, interesting, and eclectic way. Tell Lofts is not shy in its varied and layered use of materials. Its elements are distinct, old is old, and new is new. The choice of different colored bricks and wood represents a noble choice of local materials with a contemporary development. this development could successfully serve as a precedent for the area as it continues to evolve in layer forms and expressions. The bold layering evident in the building echoes how cities and neighborhoods are built. We could see this building acting as a creative inspiration for other buildings in the city. Congratulations.
Awesome, and we're back to Abbott Brown Architects. Jane, would you like to unmute and say a few words again?
Actually, it's Alec here. Can you hear me?
Oh, Alec, yes, you got through. Fantastic. Yes, super. Please go ahead. Wonderful.
Thanks. Thank you so much for the award. Thank you to the jury for the time that they spent. I know that juries take these things, they take their own time, they take these things seriously, and I think that there's some great projects. This was a hilarious project. It was so kind of crazy, and whenever I look at it, it still feels crazy, and it just seems like what's possible. It seems like it shows what's possible when you just kind of are allowed by a optimistic developer to do, I don't know, just to do your first thought in a way. Say, what if we did this? And there are there's three things that I enjoyed most about this project. One is in the middle of winter, watching them way up on these trusses, putting this crazy roof together, and thinking, wow, that looks dangerous. And the second is realizing that you can see it from across the harbor. It's like Jane and I were like, Jesus, you could see that thing from miles away? No idea. We had no idea. And the third was when I brought a bunch of students by, and one of them was from Dartmouth and said, I used to like break into this place because it had been derelict for decades. No one had taken a play on it, and Bruno Builders did. And he said, I used to bust into here and we used to hang out, and I don't know what they did. We'll probably leave that out. But just that this building could have such a life cycle, to being kind of a squatter's thing, to in a sense still having that spirit, but being rejuvenated. So great. It was totally enjoyable. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you, Alex. Thanks for being able to join us, persevering and getting through. And please go ahead with the next award for urban architecture.
Thank you. The second award for merit for urban architecture goes to Gorsebrook Park, Lead Firm Architects Alliance in association with Michael Napier Architecture. Client is Urban Capital. Gorsebrook Park is a refreshingly simple, elegant building that creates a positive frontage on all sides. This great city building occupies a prominent site. The articulation of the mass in the building leads to shapes that are conducive to its environment. In urban design today, the mid-rise form is fairly resolute, but the massing of Gorsebrook Park with the two clearly articulated volumes bridged by a central connecting recess is unique. We appreciate this central connection at grade from the street to the park. Congratulations.
I'm not sure that we have David Wex from Urban Capital.
Can you hear me?
I sure can. Fabulous.
Great.
Excellent. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I just want to thank the organizers of the Halifax Urban Design Awards. I think it's super important to promote and support good architectural design, and award ceremonies do that. And this, in fact, is our second Halifax Urban Design Award. I think it's 3 years ago now, or 2 years ago, we won an award for Southport, and probably 4 blocks from here. And while that was a very, I'd say, exuberant building, taking its cues from the port right nearby, this one is, I think, more a muted, elegant background building. I adore this building. I think it's beautiful in its understated way. And I've worked before with Architects Alliance out of Toronto, who were the architects of this building. And I have to say that Peter Clues, the principal, designed it himself personally, including the units. So I was very appreciative of that. I just want to give a shout out to the two main partners of mine in Halifax. One is Michael Napier Architects, who does all our working drawings, and Marco, our contractor and partner. It's because of them that we have such a successful experience in Halifax, and I keep coming back. I started developing in your city about 10 years ago. I really loved it and wanted to develop a building there. And at the time, people said it would be impossible to pre-sale a condominium. It just was unheard of. And if I did, I might get 5 or 10 sales. Now, Halifax is totally on fire. It's just amazing to see, and I just want to say how happy I am to be a small part of it. So thank you.
Great. Thank you, David. Thank you for joining us by phone. I really appreciate your flexibility. So, Joselie, we're ready to go ahead with the next award.
The next award is the Award of Excellence in Urban Architecture. And it's the first time that we have this award. So our first Award of Excellence for Urban Architecture goes to Velo. The lead firm on this project was Lighton Lynch Architects, and the client was 2300 Gottingen Street Limited. Velo is a surprisingly intense use of a site with an otherwise seemingly mid-scale street exposure. It creates a relatively subtle intervention that actually adds a fair bit of density. The building addresses the main street, Gottingen, with a mixed-use frontage and addresses the rear with private and shared gardens. The sectional treatment of the mixed-use form is very carefully considered and functions very well. The vertical base or indentations and the articulation of the facade create a sense of a varied and fine-grained intervention that could otherwise feel monotonous. We also imagine that the development gives residents a good sense of where home is. You could easily point from the street to where home is. No unit is anonymous. There's also a bit of cheekiness to the project, which the jury appreciated. It deliberately nods to active transportation with fixtures and art that contribute to wider city building active transportation initiatives. Congratulations.
Excellent. Joining us tonight, hopefully by phone, from Lloyd & Lynch Architects is Principal Architect Eugene. Eugene, please unmute now if you are there and you'd like to say a few words about your project and thank your team. You need to press *6 to unmute.
Hi, good evening, and thank you so much to the jury for recognizing this project and for providing such a lovely description of the work, and it captures so much of what we were thinking when we were working on it. I have an expression in our studio that says that simply great architecture can only happen when you have great clients. And with that in mind, I want to recognize Ross Cantwell, Albert Andrews, Rob Merchant, and Paul Smith, who are just an incredible client team to work with. And our conversations, which were always so wonderful and went so far beyond, the placement of living rooms and bedrooms, but it, talked about the creation of outdoor spaces and the creation of meaningful pedestrian experiences. And this building really couldn't be located anywhere but in this specific location, because it does recognize the eclecticism and the playfulness of the area, and really talks to the transformative opportunities that architecture can create. And I also want to recognize Aola Green in our studio, who is often both my right and left hand, and without whom this project wouldn't have been anywhere near as successful. So thank you to everyone involved.
Thank you very much, Eugene, and thank you for being able to join us by phone. Joselie, please go ahead with our final award.
Can you still hear me or am I muted?
No, ma'am, I can hear you. You please go right ahead.
Great, great. The second Award of Excellence in Architecture goes to Stanley Street Homes. The lead firm on this project was Eric Stott's Architecture and Andrew Lynch. The client was Carrie Lynch. This project represents a new and desirable housing typology. These compact single-family dwellings are very carefully sited to provide both a sense of privacy and community. Garden and lot placement lead to a sense of privacy, while a lack of fencing and creative building placement contribute to a sense of shared space and community. The economy of means, simplicity, and economical gestures are successful and lead to a big effect. We also recognize the serious attempt within this development to create sustainable, energy-efficient architecture. Congratulations.
Excellent. And joining us tonight is Principal Eric Stotz, Associate Firm Andrew Lynch, and Client Carrie Lynch. Hopefully one of them is available and like to unmute and say a few words about your project and thank your team. *6 to unmute. Do we have Eric, Andrew, or Carrie on the line? You need to press *6 to unmute yourself. Okay, it would appear that we don't. So Eric, I think you can probably go ahead with your closing remark.
Hi, Deanna. Actually, Carrie sent me his notes just in case he wasn't able to unmute, so I'll quickly read those if that's all right.
That is absolutely all right. Fantastic.
So he, and this is coming from Carrie, so not me. So he says, "Thank everyone very much for the honor. Thanks to a great team and my father, Andy and Eric. Feels like David and Goliath when you're up against projects like the Nova Center. Easy design, great buildings, but challenging to build them. Design density and human scale development lead the process. There's a lot of pressure when designing in the best neighborhood in Canada, validated by all the planners who have moved into the area." He's referencing me and Andy Fillmore, and thrilled with the recognition. So I just thought that would be good to share. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to pipe in himself. So I'd also just like to thank all these award winners and congratulate them as well. This actually concludes our award presentation. I'd like to put out a reminder that recording of tonight's event will be posted online if you would like to share with members of your team and the public. We will also add the jury report to our website for you to access too, so you can understand how the awards were granted. I want to thank everyone who entered a submission. We are pleased to see such a diverse range of projects. We hope to see some of the award recipients be recognized through the national award process going forward. As well, thank you to our partner organizations for their support of the Halifax Urban Design Awards, and this includes Engineers Nova Scotia, the Atlantic Provinces Association of Landscape Architects, the Interior Designers of Nova Scotia, the Licensed Professional Planners Association of Nova Scotia, and the Nova Scotia Association of Architects. We would especially like to thank our jurors, Antonio, Anne, and Joselie, for their time and commitment to the Halifax Urban Design Awards. To recognize your contributions, a donation has been made to the Halifax United Way Atlantic Compassion Fund, which supports groups of charities working to help those in need during the pandemic. At this time, I would like to introduce the Executive Director of Planning and Development, Kelly Denty, to make some concluding remarks. Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks, Eric, and thank you to the members of the public and the design community who are able to join us here this evening. Thank you also to the community policy team for putting tonight's event together, and a big thank you to Mayor Savage for joining us. I'm pleased to see so many successful projects highlighted tonight, and congratulations to all of our winners. The caliber of projects are always increasing in Halifax, and I imagine the decisions will get increasingly difficult for our jurors as the quality of urban design grows in our region. Thank you, jurors, for your hard work and dedication to the Urban Design Awards and to Halifax. I'd also like to thank all teams for their submissions this year and our partner organizations for their support. Have a great evening, everyone, and stay safe. Thank you.